we're off to try and go and rescue Boss's baby. It is Ivan, Ruby, and Bob. Traffic stop. We slog up a slight hill and around a corner. The traffic lights are out and nobody seems to be on the streets. That is, until we cut through a stand of palm trees and come across some police officers in a slow-moving squad car. It's blue and red lights circling. "Attention," one of the officers announced over a loudspeaker. "This area is under a mandatory evacuation order. Do not..." The announcement stops and so does the car. "Uh-oh," says Ruby. "I think they spotted us," I say. "We're kind of hard to miss," Ivan points out. A gorilla, a baby, like a smaller elephant, and a dog. The car moves closer, so close that I can see dropped jaws and bulging eyes. The car brakes to a stop. The driver's side door flies open and one of the officers jumps out. The other officer, a skinny young guy, follows suit, but he looks annoyed. "What are you doing?" he says. "Don't be a hero. We could have stayed in the car where it's safe." "I am looking," says the driver into her radio receiver, "at a gorilla and an elephant, and the gorilla has a tiny dog on his shoulder, and no, I have not been drinking." "They say that the park got hit by the tornado," says the skinny officer, carefully aiming his pistol. "We can't exactly shoot a gorilla," the driver says, "and I like the way she's thinking." "Try me." "What's his crime exactly? Jaywalking?" "Thing is, I love elephants," said the driver. "My daughter collects stuffed animals. I mean, stuffed toys, not stuffed real ones." She listens to her radio for a moment. "Get animal control out here," says the skinny officer. "Get a van, get a moving truck, get a 747. I don't care." 747's an airplane. "Ivan," I whisper in his ear, "this is not looking good. You and Ruby gotta stay put. Don't make any sudden moves. No funny business, okay? These guys are freaking out." Ivan sits down on the ground slowly, very, very slowly. Ruby settles next to him. The driver smiles. "Aw, that's so cute." Skinny officer nods. "Yeah, in a deadly kind of way." "I gotta do this," I say to my friends. "If you stay calm, they won't mess with you." "But Bob," worry clouds Ivan's face, "you need us." "What I need is for you to stay alive," I reply. I can see he isn't going to listen to reason, so I try a different approach. "Ivan," I say, "it's like this. Boss is my sister. I let her down once, and now, well, I have a second chance. I'll explain it all later, but I need to do this." Ivan looks at the officers, guns drawn, and then nods. "You are the one and only Bob," he says. "You got this, pal." I leap into the air and into the vast unknown, just like Kimu did. Well, maybe not quite so elegantly, but I do my best. Remember, Kimu was the wolf that came right into the scene with all the people. Lightning and fireworks. It isn't far to the bridge, but far is relative when the wind is blowing down houses like the big bad wolf. I watch a stop sign fly past. I navigate around trees scattered like popsicle sticks. I keep an eye out for gators and pythons. Lightning strikes a tree. I brace for the thunder. It shakes the earth, the air, my teeth, my bones. Definitely lightning got that tree. A branch falls on a power line. Sparks dance like fireworks. I hate fireworks. Most dogs do. I move with more care after that. I know enough to stay away from down power lines, thanks to the Weather Channel and Storm Chasers. Man, I love TV. I'd give anything to be watching it from my nice cozy bed right about now. Good thing I know where the bridge is. My swollen nose throbs. What's the point in owning a top-of-the-line sniffer if it's not working right? When I pass a bird's nest on the ground, I offer to help the owner, a jay. She swears at me. At least I think she does. I hear nuts and some other interesting words. I tend to forget that in some circles, dogs are considered predators. I wonder how Kimu and the other escapees are doing. One thing I know for sure, having been on the inside and the outside, is that way too much of the world ain't made for wild animals. How would a meerkat cross a highway? How would a panther face down a city block? How would a wolf survive an encounter with a gun? For that matter, who do I think I am, playing hero? Not what was right. I'm soft. I'm slow. I'm not a street dog anymore. I'm a pampered, lazy pooch. I hear the rush of water, a different sound from the pouring rain, and out of nowhere, there it is, the creek. Boss mentioned that the car was near the bridge, but when I get close, I remember that the officer at the shelter said that the bridge had collapsed. And then, I see it. I see a picture. A low car, round-topped. Remember he said it was an old Beetle, like an old Volkswagen Bug car? Floating, caught in a dislodged tree at the edge of the roaring creek, not far from the crumbled remains of the bridge. And on top of that car, even though it's completely impossible, is a puppy, waiting. And all I can think is, that That dog is a nincompoop. Another bridge. The creek is filled with pieces of trees, boards, trash cans, plastic chairs, everything you can imagine. It's moving way too fast for me to try to cross. I stare at the far side of the creek at the collapsed bridge. I really wish I hadn't seen that puppy. I know there's another way to cross the creek of sorts, downstream a bit. An old pedestrian bridge made of wood and metal and rope. No one uses it anymore. No one with any sense. When I reach it, the little bridge is swaying like a cradle. It's blocked off by a rusty metal gate to keep people from using it, but I can easily squeeze through the bars. I run halfway across, lose my footing, run some more. Gulp. What am I doing? A fresh gust pushes the bridge with such force that I slip. Half my body is dangling off the edge. I dig my claws into the wet wooden slats, and oh, am I glad my nails are long and sharp because I fought off Sarah's clippers whenever I can. So when Sarah tries to clip his nails, he doesn't let her, and now he's being thankful for that because... Okay, so he's on an old pedestrian bridge that's not used by people, made of wood, metal, and rope. So a pedestrian bridge means like a narrow bridge just for people to cross over the creek. But it hasn't been used. No one uses it, so that means it's probably not safe. And then they're in the middle of a hurricane. Pulling. Man, I wish I hadn't eaten so much cheese over the years. And then oomph. One last effort and I'm back on the bridge. Feels good, so good to return to that little stretch of swinging slats. I want to live. Really, I do. I don't care about that puppy anymore. I just don't want to die this way. Not like this. The fear's in my throat, my heart, my gut. I've got to get off this rickety bridge, get back to Ivan and Ruby, back to my wonderful Bob-smelling bed. I'm not a hero. Never have been. Never will be. I can live with that, because at least I'll be alive. I turn, moving snail slow because the stupid bridge just won't stay put, crawling on my belly so I won't lose my footing again. Almost to the end, I glance back like a fool. Just in time to see the car with the puppy lurch loose from its mooring in the tree, swirling into the middle of the creek like a toy boat in a bathtub. The puppy isn't howling or anything. He's just lying on his belly, same as me, waiting. What a nincompoop, I think yet again, and I'm honestly not sure whether I mean him or me. Hero. I will not lie. I'm not thinking, oh yeah, now I get to be a hero. Nope, I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me. Just a few more seconds and I would have been out of here. I may or may not use a few other choice words. Way worse than anything that Jay came up with. Then I run back to the middle of the bridge and wait a split second. Maybe two, maybe three, and I jump. Cartoons. And I ain't proud of this, but halfway down I remember that I really don't like riding in cars. I'm sort of like dog paddling in the air, thinking I can slow things down. Maybe even reverse direction, like Wile E. Coyote in those old cartoons. Cartoons are ridiculous for a reason. Because they're not real and they make everything look easy. Not a movie. So in a movie, I'd land all graceful and tough and grab that little guy, but this isn't a movie. I kind of land on top of him, legs splayed like a bug on a windshield. Not enough to smush him, but definitely enough to annoy him. The car spins, dips, rights itself. Hi, I say. I'm your Uncle Bob. If you're my uncle, why are you trying to kill me? He asks. Pup has a mouth on him for being so tiny. I'm saving you, dude. I grab his scruff with my teeth. Ouch, he says. The car seesaws. I scrabble, clawing at the slick skin of the roof. My nails make a horrible scraping sound. It's like trying to hug a whale. Can you swim? I ask out of the side of my mouth. It's hard to talk with a puppy between your teeth. Can you swim? No. Can you? Yes, but I suspect the degree of difficulty will go up considerably with a puppy in my mouth. The car lists, recovers, lopes along like a jackrabbit in tall grass. My claws are making tracks in the paint on the roof of the car. How'd you get on top of the car? I ask. Wasn't easy. Branch broke through one of the windows. I climbed out that way. Impressive. By the way, says the puppy, I think we may be sinking. No kidding, Sherlock. I don't mean to sound unkind. I'm a bit stressed. I don't have a name, actually. How about Rowdy? I suggest. I hear it's available. His name, remember? Bob's name from when he was a puppy. Sure, what the heck? So what's your plan? You tell me, I say. What'd you think was going to happen? I figured someone would come along and save me. Some human, maybe. Dog's best friend, I say. If you say so. Another lurch. We're going down. Hang on, pup, I say. Man's best friend is going to save you instead. Do not let go. The water's cold, so cold it burns. I paddle frantically. Nothing happens. It's like pawing air. I keep my teeth tight on Rowdy. Do not let go. Do not let go. I tell myself, but the water's churning into my nose and throat, and if I cough, he'll be a goner. Because if he coughs, he'd let go of him. We hit something hard and metal straight on. I'm underwater, submerged as bits and pieces of the world rush past. It's like the tornado, only wetter. I dig at the darkness. I think of all the things I'll miss when I'm dead. Cheese tops the list. Well, okay. Maybe Ivan and Ruby and Julia and George and Sarah top the list, but then totally cheese. My back paws graze the bottom. My nose burns. My lungs burn. Everything burns. I have to cough. I can't cough. Mustering all my strength, I struggle for the surface, for a moment, fighting the water with my paws. Rowdy is dead weight in my mouth, meaning just like, oh, so heavy. I hit bottom again, and this time I use it like a springboard, lurching towards the edge of the water, towards solid land, towards grass and dirt and trees and bushes, and a whoosh of fur and pain. Oh man, the pain! Someone grabbing my paw, losing it. Teeth, sharp, sharp teeth. The smell, even with my messed up nose of wilderness and danger, something grabs my scruffy, yanks, pulls me to safety, back to the world, back from the brink. Who rescued him? Okay, so something else just grabbed him and yanked him from the water. Kimu has me. He drops me to the mud. His teeth smell of blood. My blood. I drop Rowdy. My teeth smell of blood, too. For a long time, no words come. Just panting, coughing, panting some more. Nothing from the puppy. I shove him with my paw. Nudge him with my nose. Nothing. I look at Chemo. His fur spiked, his eyes wild, different, unknowable. I guess they didn't shoot you, I say. They tried, he says, eyes on the puppy. Thank you for... I trail off. He glances at me. Didn't do it for you. A pause. Did it for me. With his right front paw, he claps at the puppy, at Rowdy. Hey, I say without really thinking, or registering the size of his paw, or realizing that he's drooling just a little. I put my paw, my puny, pathetic loser paw on Rowdy too. He's my nephew, and well, I didn't take you for the sentimental sort, Bob. I'm not, just, you know how it is. No, actually, I don't know. I'm a wild animal, not a pet. Still, I clear my throat and remind myself that rolling over and peeing myself is not an acceptable option. He wants to roll over and pee himself right now. Still and all, he's scrawny, might even be dead. Who knows? You got better breakfast at the park. I recognize all too well the look he gives me, the look of sadness and loss and anger, the look of someone who will never forgive the world. The look that Bob often has, where he just doesn't forgive, right? Feels a lot of regret and guilt. Why do you think Kimu did this? Kimu says, I didn't do it for you, I did it for me. Kind of an interesting statement that just happened there. We're so close to the finish, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't pause. I just looked. There's like 5 pages left. I'm going to keep going. This will be a long one. Sorry. How? No, wait. There's more. Never mind. I'm pausing.